You would have pretty granular insight into the situation in developing economies and what their debt looks like, obviously, because that's part of the World Bank's remit, right? Globally, I think we're struggling under a record level of debt. For these guys, the developing economies, with rates still so high, how bad is it for them?
And it's very challenging because as investors look at where they're going to invest, they're always going to choose the safest, the advanced economies first. And so what's left over is what can flow into the developing countries, and it's simply not enough. So that's what they're facing, a high interest rate. Both the riskless rate has gone up from the advanced economies, but the credit spreads have widened for developing countries as well. Yeah. So you get a double whammy of increased debt burden costs and not the opportunity to roll it over. Yeah. One of the challenges facing the world is in 2024 and 25, there's going to be a lot of rollovers of debt. I'm sorry, I said rollovers. I mean, there's going to be a lot of maturings of debt that have to be paid back. Very hard to get it to roll over. Yeah. And so that's an extra challenge looking out over the next 1 or 2 years. Other challenges that are very important is the high cost of fertilizer. So what's happening is farmers are just using less fertilizer, planting less crops. This is in the poorer countries. And so the source of food into the future is going down. They're going to have to import a lot more from the advanced economies.
Mr. Malpass, I'm glad you brought up the issue of fertilizers because, at the G7 it's being talked about. Obviously at the United Nations it's being talked about too. And I think we even spoke about it in Bali at the G20 a couple of months ago. And that is the whole issue of the grain access deal, and appended to that, of course, the deal on fertilizers. Russia is, I think, playing hardball here, whether or not they want to extend it or not. What work is being done? What pressure is being put on Russia to look? We need this to continue for the rest of the world, not least, of course, the poor developing economies.
I'm not on the inside of the Black Sea deal. The United Nations is working on that. Yeah. But what's important for now, we're 1 year, more than 1 year into this Russian invasion of Ukraine, and so the developing world really has to find resources of their own. That means LNG or natural gas, because that's the big input into fertilizer, and then you need the actual sources of fertilizer so that the farmers have confidence that they can plant their crops, and that still is missing. It won't just be one element of solution like the Black Sea. It's got to be multiple solutions in order to bring more fertilizer for the farmers in poor countries. I think that what that means basically for the advanced economies and for China is to produce a lot more. With inflation still persistently high, a key goal for the world is to get growth up and production up so that there can be less price increases.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.